Hi, peeps. Welcome back to It's Your Life and Your Choice Too podcast. The sound quality should be so much better. This is the Alley Ups and Alley Oops side segment, and I am trying to learn how to be tech savvy. I am not a tech savvy person by any means. I tried hooking up my laptop. This is not going to be the permanent laptop for the podcast, but I wanted to see at least if I could get it to work for this and seeing how that would work out. I still can't figure it out. I'm sorry. I'm trying. But at least the microphone quality is so much better. And I still have video. I can still use my phone. There's workarounds. I'm able to use my little soundboard and my microphone still through my phone. So hey, we're still getting the thing done. We're doing it. And I couldn't be happier that you're here. Also, if you're not following out there already, please give a follow. The best thing you can do for me is share my content with others, get other people to listen in. I know I'm just starting out. I'm a newcomer. Like, not many people are big into like small people starting out. But hey, we got to support each other in this society. I'm wanting to help people heal. No matter how many people I reach, even if it's just one person, still doing exactly what I want to do, which is I want to help people. And this is a way that I feel like I'm meant to do so. And I can't wait to see what in 6 months of me doing this is going to change. Sorry already for the camera jostling. We're going to do our best. And that is actually my thing for this week is let's just try to do our best. Let's give us our best self for this week. Last week, Monday, I was very distracted and not like on my game. I was off kilter, and I ended my week very distracted as well. Extremely distracted, actually, not very distracted. We're gonna give it a better pronoun, but I'm I'm doing it. I'm trying to stick to the schedule. My mom is actually watching my kids right now because I need to do some self care. I need to balance out my life a lot better. There I have not been showing up basically as the mom I want to be, and I've been kicking myself and beating myself down, and I'm so grateful that my mom is able to watch them, and then they're going to their other grandmothers for the week. So for a whole week, I'm not going to have my kids, which it's been over a year since I've had somebody watch my kids and I not have to work. I do have to work this week, but the weekend though, it's been really nice and peaceful, though I've also had so much time to myself that I didn't know what to do with it. I cleaned my entire house. It's a one-bedroom apartment. I didn't know what else to do and what else to clean. So, yeah, I kind of just got lost on Netflix. I actually started a new series called The Sandman, and let me tell you, the first episode, I was like glued to the screen. And I was like, what's happening? My whole apartment, I shut off all the lights and I just was cozied up in my little computer chair watching it. And I'm like, it's so good already. Like, it hooks you in the first episode. However, it was off kilter as a Christian, which I know everyone's going to hear that and be like, Christian has such a bad like taint, the grossness to it that it's not what it actually means. So sorry, not trying to get off tack, but um just the Christian aspect of me is like, I don't think I should be watching this. It seems very demonic, and it might be. So, but it's capsated me. I'm trying to find the right, like, perfect English words, and my brain is just so fuzzy right now because I've been trying to work on this for almost an hour of getting my laptop up and going, and I'm just like, you know what? We're just gonna switch to the phone. I'm done. I'm running out of time. It's already currently literally a couple seconds from 9 o'clock, and then soon it's gonna be my bedtime. Woosah. We're doing it though. we're keep going. This is going to be my fourth episode on the channel, though this is actually episode three. Because on Thursdays, I'm doing a look into my life, like actually giving you backstory of my life. The main episodes are going to be things that I'm just currently going through in my life, like revelations, insights, ups and downs. Just kind of right now, I don't mean to sound like a Debbie Downer. It's kind of a lot of downs, but that's because I'm healing, I'm learning. My last episode was about frustration, being frustrated, and now this one would say would be about insight. The things that I have been learning, getting revelation on in my life, and just trying to take a step back and realize that we're all human, that there's things that I can't see that are beyond this. There's certain aspects that I can't take into consideration because I just don't know them. Like, what is influencing this other person to do XYZ, or what influenced this to have this outcome? I can't find all the outliers, but I can at least do what I can do, which is control myself and how I react. That's the best thing I can do. With that being said, some of the insight I had, um, I was frustrated, like I said, with my ex and the things that he's been doing and not stepping up with a father as a father. And then something else came into uh a new, what someone would say is a new difficulty for them, but instead it's just a challenge for me that I have to get over. And I'm working through it. I'm getting everything figured out, and I'm so thankful for everything that God and the universe has been doing in my life, that my ex said that he was no longer going to be able to pay any form of child support. It was from paying child support to only being able to pay for daycare, part of the child support agreements, to now not being able to pay for anything. And I wanted to go off on him. I wanted to be so upset with him. Like, why? Why can't you help me with the three boys that you created? And why does it have to all be on me? Like, I was ready to blow up and say, look, I was doing it. I was Ubering literally the beginning of March all the way until the end of May. My bills were over $3,000 with Ubering because it was costing me $600 a month just to pay for gas, sometimes more. And then I took a step back, and from what he has told me that his bills were, I didn't go into full detail with him. I actually didn't answer him at all until later, and that I was apologizing why I could not answer him, and that was because I needed to collect myself, because I don't care for arguments. I don't care for drama. I don't want to start these things. And instead, I took the time to reflect, and I was given insight onto things, and now I realize why he would no longer be able to pay for daycare. And it's because roles have reversed. He's Ubering now because he lost his job. And there's a few things that have come into play that are nothing I can control. He has extra expenses now on top of it, and he has nothing left over. He has another kid as well that he has to take care of, that he has with his girlfriend. And there's certain things that I don't want to go into too much detail about their situation, but there's certain things that they just can't work around at this moment, but he's willing to make up for it later. I'm not going to hold my breath on it, but at the end of the day, if he's a man of his word, then we'll just wait and see. But until then, I've been given amazing jobs that I am so thankful for, that is teaching me to grow and have this insight. Most other people would have just blown up. I wanted to. My old self would have done so. I would have just blown up on him instead of saying, pause, hold up, wait, pull the reins back in, and then taking that time that I needed to collect myself and get the insight that I was given to understand his situation and where he is. Yeah, it's frustrating for me because I need that help to pay for daycare. However, this amazing job that I have, that I'm no longer having the same expenses that I had with Uber of having to do my oil change once a month, to have to pay $600 in gas, that now my gas money is roughly 120 a month. Like, that's a huge drop. And so many other things that go into taking care of your vehicle when having to Uber people around. It's a huge toll on your body. And yeah, I'm doing physical work now. If I know you guys seen my logo. I work for Ruby Reds Cleanings. I love this company so much. It's a small business. But the people, the coworkers I have, the manager I have, um, it's everything that you would want in a company. And because I have been given this opportunity, I'm able to take care of my boys. Sorry, I'm not trying to get emotional. It's just my life has turned around so much from suffering, I'd say 8, almost 9 months of financial instability. And I'm finally getting a foothold on my life and able to pay bills. And slowly but surely, after I get more established, I will actually be able to have a savings again and be able to work my way back up. Because currently in Florida, we're in hurricane season, and I've been really stressing about that. If a big storm comes in, what if I'm out of work and I don't have a savings? I don't have this preparation handled, but instead of worrying about it, I'm just going to let that go because there's nothing I can do to control it except for I can control myself. I can control how I react to things. And I'm choosing to react in gratitude, that I'm grateful for what I have. That yes, this challenge may have come my way and I have something else that I have to deal with, but it's okay because I trust that I'm going to make it through and see to the other side. That yes, now I have to start paying for daycare again after I just had that expense taken off my plate. However, because of this opportunity that I've been given, it's okay. We'll manage. We'll make it through. I'm able to pay for daycare. We got this. We're going to keep going. Thank you. I'm going to make it through this. I can see to the other side because I've started becoming my own light. Not that I had to find a light, I became the light for myself. And having gratitude even in these tough challenges, because I was struggling. That's why I was so distracted on Friday, is because I was struggling. I was struggling hard because my paycheck was a little bit smaller than what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be. But that's because we also had a holiday, 4th of July. So everything happens for a reason, but everything fell into place. Everything worked out. And I could have, there's so many things that I could have done differently, but because I chose to pause, take a deep breath, and say everything's going to be okay, it was. Everything is okay. And I can't say it's going to be that easy for you. It took me a long time to get to this place. I've been working on myself for over 3 years. It took me over a year to finally start making my podcast. None of this stuff just happens overnight. It's a matter of how you choose to work on yourself, how you show up for yourself, how you continue to keep going and give gratitude and give yourself grace in the tough times. There's going to be hard days. I've been dealing with some hard days, but it's the push, the shove, the want to see those brighter days that's truly going to be the outcome of everything, of how you succeed, of how you end up just living life. You want to be frustrated and depressed all the time? If that's what you want to do it. That's you. That's not me. I don't want to do that. I was depressed for a long time. all throughout middle school, high school, and somewhat into college. I was not a narcissist, but I had some narcissistic tendencies because I would do the woe's me, pity me stuff, that I have such a terrible life, and try to, you know, use those cards. That didn't help me. And instead, I just had more reasons to hate my life. And now that I'm changing it around and looking at the things that I already have and enjoying what I already have, I I have so much gratitude. Yeah, it's not where I saw myself at the age of 26. However, by the age of 30, because I'm doing this big turnaround, there's so much that can happen. So I have goals set up, but you got to reach the small goals before you get to the big goals. So here's something I want for you guys to do. 6 months. What can you do in 6 months? Seems like a long time. As some people say, well, what if I'm not here the full 6 months? Well, what if you are? We can continue to play the what if game, but what are you willing to do in the next 6 months? Every single day, take it day by day, drop it down to every week if you have to make a smaller goal. What can we do every single week? What is one goal we can achieve by the end of the week? Even if it's something small of like tackling things in your house, or what if it's tackling things in your mind? How can you show more gratitude to yourself? Take a step back, and instead of getting angry in those moments, use insight, use wisdom, and evaluate your situation. Make a choice. You make a choice to get angry, so why not make the choice instead to be the calm in the raging waters? You got this. I know you can. I'm living proof that you can get through the toughest times. As you go and continue to hear more of my story and more of the things that I do, I want to hear your stories too. And actually, this is a good time for me to plug then. If you have a story you would like to tell, or if you're going through things in your life, then send an email in to it's your life, period, your choice two, as in the number two, at gmail.com. I want to hear your story. And who knows, it may actually get read on the podcast. All names are kept anonymous. They're kept secret, is what I wanted to say, but they are kept anonymous. So if you want something read on the podcast, send it in. If you don't want it read and you just want to journal something, you can still send it in. We just won't read it, but we'll read it out loud. I will still probably read your emails because I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear the struggles and the stories that you guys have and what you're going through. And I want to help you. I want to help you achieve things that you never thought you could achieve. I want to help people heal. I am truly inspiring to be something I never thought I would be. And I want you guys to do the same. I'm all on board for you guys reaching goals, to becoming people you never thought you could be, because you've healed generational curses, you've healed past traumas. You're becoming mothers and fathers that you never thought you would ever be able to do because of the past that you guys had, because of the childhood that you guys grew up to. Whatever you are trying to achieve, you want this new big job promotion, but you have things that you need to tackle first. You have things that are getting in your way that are in your mind. I would love to see you through to the other side. You got this. You can achieve anything you put your mind to. When there's a will, there's a way. So, what are you willing to do now, today, in your life to take the next step forward to living that dream life of yours? And actually, here's what I want you to do this week, if you guys all can do. And if you want to send in a little note, write a comment, whatever, I want to hear what you guys do this week. This is what I want you to do. Actually write out what you see your future self looking like. What is he or she doing? What do they wear? What do they drive? What does their house look like? Start writing those little intricate details, everything. Try to make a long list too. And then from there, I want you to pick out certain things you can start doing. How does that person speak? How do they think? This is all your future self, your highest version of yourself. What can you do this week after you've written all those things out to start encompassing that person that you see? For me, what I started doing, I started dressing more pretty, actually stepping into my feminine and getting to know who I am. I started taking care of myself slowly but surely a lot more, getting into routines, getting into facial care, proper hair care. Like, as you see, I have the blue going on. My favorite color is blue. I love blue everything. And I also love pink. I think blue and pink go perfect together. But in order for me to reach my highest self, you have to start with the small things first. Start dressing nicer. Show up for yourself. Start doing more hair care, facial care. If you don't have hair, I'm sorry, but take care of your scalp either way. But things like that, setting a proper bedtime. If you need to journal, which I highly suggest you should, setting time out to journal, writing out your ideas. Your planning time should be at night. But whenever you have things that you need to do, like if you need to like setting up like things for work. If you have a small business and everything and you got to get things done, your brain is most active in the morning. Like within those first couple of hours, when you want to be the most productive is when you do in the morning. When you need to plan things out for the next day, for the next week, for the next month, night before you go to bed. Do like 30 minutes or so or an hour before you need to actually fall asleep. Set a healthy bedtime. Set a healthy time for you to get up. So you are properly taking care of yourself and putting yourself first. If you need times in between to get active before work, do so. If you have to get up before the kids, get up before the kids. If their bedtime's 8 o'clock and they're waking up in the morning around 6, 7 a.m., then maybe your bedtime should be the same as theirs. I know this is easier said than done because as mothers, I know we got to clean the kitchen. We need a vacuum. We need to sweep. We got to do XYZ. That's why you need to take the time to plan out and do these things. The more that you start integrating these things in your life, it takes 3 weeks to form a habit. So once you start getting into a healthier habit, things are just going to start falling in place because you are setting your future up for success. So that's what I want you to do this week. Tiny goals, though. Don't try to strive for the huge ones yet. That's why I want you to set a 6 months goal of what you can do in 6 months to reshape yourself, to reshape your reality, to reshape your life. There's so much you can do in that time. You can either have 6 months of progress or you can have 6 months of stagnation, of complacency. The choice is yours. If you feel called out right now, then maybe deep dive into yourself and say, okay, why is this like why am I getting agitated or like whatever feelings you're feeling, dive deep. Go inward. Sit with yourself. Set up time to do meditation. You can do a quick little 5-minute meditation once a day and then set up time to do an hour to 2 hours. I understand as a mother, that is really hard to get. So I try to plan on the weekends during nap time I have one child that is not really a nap time kid. He's my autistic child, and he always goes on nap strikes during the weekends. But we still have quiet time. So take that time for yourself. Plan it out. Find it. Instead of doom scrolling, I do it too. I'm going to call myself out on that. That 30 minutes you just spent on your phone, you could have spent 30 minutes with yourself. Journaling, writing out, planning out for your next things that you need to do. What do you want in life? You got to take the time to do it. Nobody's going to get up here and do my podcast for me. I have to do this and find the time to do so. But there's a goal that I'm trying to reach, and there's something that I'm wanting to do with my life, and I want to inspire and influence others. I have to get up. I have to make this time for myself. I have to plan accordingly. I have to have time management to get all of this done. Otherwise, it's not going to be possible unless I do it and I show up for myself. You can do it. I know it's not an easy road that we're traveling on, but that means you're called for a higher purpose. You have things that you are meant to do to achieve your life goals, to achieve your purpose that you were put on this earth for. Everyone has a purpose. So I want to see you unlock yours. I want to see you reach your goals. That's what I want you to do this week, okay? Write it out and then take the small things and then start and apply it to your life. Okay? I will see you back here next week on Monday. And I'd love to see what you did this. You got full 7 days. What did you do in the 7 days? And then if you want to tune in on Thursdays and hear a little bit more of my life and my backstory and where I came from, hey, I'll be happy to have you. Otherwise, see you on Monday for episode 4. Love you.